All right, let's talk about the LA team that nobody cares about. The Clippers in the offseason, they drafted Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the 12th overall pick and Jerome Robinson with the 13th overall pick. They also traded for Marcin Gortat in trading away Austin Rivers, and they signed Luc Mbah a Moute in free agency. The Clippers were in a very unique position in the 2018 NBA draft with back-to-back picks in the lottery. Many mock drafts had Gilgeous-Alexander going to the Clippers, who lacks young talent in the guard positions. The second pick, though, came as a bit of a surprise. Jerome Robinson played 3 years at Boston College. He's a very good shooter and polished offensive player who fits the mold of a modern score-first point guard. I personally think that Lonnie Walker, who was taken 5 spots after him, has a much higher upside and would have been a better player, but hey, what do I know? The Gortat trade is pretty inconsequential because both Rivers and Gortat have just 1 year left on their contract, and there were no picks involved. I have to believe that this trade was primarily motivated by Jerry West just going like, wait a second, Austin, you're playing for your father, who's the head coach? Oh, no, we can't have this. I find it hard to believe that the Clippers couldn't find a better replacement at center than Marcin Gortat. This seems to be like a timing thing where it just so happens that Washington wants to get rid of Gortat, who makes exactly the same amount of money as Rivers, which makes it a super easy trade to execute. The signing of Luc Mbah a Moute is also pretty good. He's been on the Clippers before, he's played for Doc Rivers before, and he's one of 3 people on this team that can actually play defense. So yeah, uneventful offseason for LA. I'm just going to give them a B. All right, here is their projected depth chart. The Clippers will have a lot of different lineups this season. They have essentially 6 guards who they can mix and match 2 at a time, and then 5 forwards who they can also mix and match 2 at a time, and then 2 centers to round it all out. You'll likely see smaller lineups where maybe Mike Scott is at the 5, Tobias Harris is at the 4, and 3 guards surrounding those guys. Last year, the Clippers were absolutely destroyed by injuries. Milos missed half the season, Beverley missed almost the entire season, Gallinari missed almost the entire season. Still, they put together a top 10 offense behind an all-star caliber season from Lou Williams. I think there's a chance they can sneak into the top 10 offensively this season, but the big issue they'll encounter is defense. Although I have to say, DeAndre Jordan is a tad bit overrated defensively. You know, some people think that just because he's big and athletic and he blocks a good amount of shots that he's an elite defender. Depends on what you mean by elite, but he's not exactly that. Still, he's much better than Marcin Gortat, especially when DeAndre Jordan actually tries. Luc Mbah a Moute is a nice addition, but he doesn't make up for the drop-off at the center position. The Clippers were 20th in the league in defensive rating last year, and I don't expect it to be much better. Lou Williams and Teodosic are such horrible defenders that you can either choose to play them against bench lineups where the opposing guards can't take advantage of them, or you have to split them up and make sure that Beverley or Bradley is covering their ass. The Clippers won't take this season because they have a good amount of veterans and players in their prime, which brings up the question of how much time the 2 rookie guards will get. Shai, especially, is really the future of the team at the guard spots. Ideally, you want him to play at least 20 minutes per game. It'll be interesting to see how Doc Rivers handles his rotation. Vegas has LA at 36.5 games. I think I'm gonna have to go under on this. Even after getting rid of Blake Griffin, the team is still riddled with injury concerns, and I don't think they realistically have a chance at making the playoffs in the West. And that's really the big thing. If everyone on this team stays healthy, I could see this team winning 40 games-ish. But again, with this many injury concerns on this team, I think it's pretty safe to say that they'll have a bunch of their key players miss a ton of games. I also think that there's a good chance that they trade away some of their veteran players on this team, like Avery Bradley, Beverley. I mean, a bunch of players could end up as trade targets at the deadline, in which case, once they trade them, they'll probably trade them for draft picks, and they'll probably, you know, try to tank for a lower draft pick. I think there's also a good chance that that happens in February. But anyways, that was the LA Clippers. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel for future NBA season previews. I also made a playlist down below, so if you missed any of the previous teams that I've already done a season preview on, you can check them out in the playlist. They're by alphabetical order. Go watch your favorite team, which is probably not the LA Clippers. I'll see you guys next video.